Alright, home racing fans, we're going to talk a little bit about some fine tuning with these cars. And what you see here is you see that I had the tire mounted on the wheel, got it hooked up to the Tire Razor Pro, and we're going to sand the inside of the sidewall. Now, this is a stock tire. You can see the flash molding, and I'll show you a photo. And that's just the way they come out of the mold. That's just the way it is with urethane, but they're easily sanded. And each car is different, okay? But with the Carrera cars, we want to be able to tuck these in just a little bit more, and that means getting rid of a little bit of material and just cleaning this up. Now remember, my tire size is the 22-12-5. I like a little bit taller tire. We're not truing anything right now. We're just working on this, but this is the tire size that I like on these cars. You can get lower profile, but I just like these. But I'm going to show you how I clean these up. So I've got it set up here, got it turned on. Good old-fashioned emery board, works every time. Just put it against here. You don't want to overheat things. Just go in a little bit and then go at an angle. You don't want a sharp edge. But you can see how fast you're getting rid of material. And it doesn't take very long, and you can bring this down almost flush with the wheel, which is pretty close to what you want anyway, especially with these cars. So that's going to help us with the clearance. But anyway, this is how I do it, just with an emery board. Pretty easy. Alright, so here's the end result. And as you can see, I've got the sidewall almost flush with the wheel. About as close as I can get it. Looks pretty good. And in the background you can see the difference. And I hope the photo shows you that. So we've taken quite a bit of material off, getting rid of that flash molding there. We've made it nice and smooth. So now let's put it back in the car and we'll talk about the clearance. So there, put it back in the car. All kinds of clearance there. We have clearance. We're not rubbing. Now you know why we sanded the inside sidewall. Right there, that shows you. That way you could tuck this wheel in a little bit more, and you can clear the body. We're going to talk about that in a little bit too. But that's basically my fine tuning, as I just like to sand the insides of these sidewalls so I can tuck these wheels in just enough where they don't rub the chassis, they don't rub the body. So I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so this next part, well, this is all up to you. Some clubs, like I said, they don't allow body modifications, their rules or whatever, and all I can say is, you know, that's your issue, not mine. I'm not altering the outside appearance of the car. What I'm doing really isn't lightening it up enough to, you know, to make a difference. What I'm talking about is the thickness of this plastic. And you wouldn't think so, but it can make a difference depending on how you want to set up your car. So here's a Dremel with the small sanding barrel, the fine grit, usually what I need. And all I'm going to do is going to go on the inside here, and I'm going to be very careful, and I just go right here at this edge, and I start going around and sanding away some of the thickness here. And already you can tell that we're making a difference, especially right back here. It's really thick. And you know, we're going to go on this side too and just do the same thing and just get inside there, just a little bit here and there. and that's all you're doing, is just on the inside. Not a lot. Let me get the other side done. We'll take a look. Alright, so we're finished. One more thing I want to mention, if you're not comfortable with a Dremel, you can use like an X-Acto blade, and you can use the drag technique. You can just drag the blade over the plastic. As you can see, I'm removing even more. And you can do that. It takes a little bit longer, but if you're not comfortable with the Dremel, you can do that. Clean up your flash molding. But let's look at what we have here. We'll put our chassis back on here and get it lined up. And yeah, look at how much clearance we have now. Look at that clearance. Look at that clearance. So what does that mean? Well, it means you can widen it a little bit if you want to. Some people do, and wider is better, right? Or at least that's what they say. So you have a little bit more clearance. The other reason that this helps is we're going to talk about lowering later, and this will come into play. Now, again, I haven't molested the outside appearance of the body. As you can see, I haven't taken anything off the arches. I haven't reshaped them. All we've done is take away some material on the inside, and that just gives us more room for our tires to fit underneath this car. Like I said, your club rules, that's your rules. I just I don't see any weight advantage for the small amount of material that I removed. But again, that's me. You guys have your rules, and I just don't have any. But anyway, hope that helps you with a little bit of fine tuning. We can bolt this back together again here, do a little road test, but you know, basically that's it. And I like I said, don't be afraid of that Dremel. Go get you one and see what you can come up with. And sometimes just the smallest amount, like I showed you, just goes a long way.